the day. David, plucking the day. David, and
Carpe diem. Carpe diem, seize the day. Isn't that what they always tell us to do? Isn't that what the ancient Roman poet told us to do? When life presents you an opportunity, don't just let it go. Reach out. Reach out with both hands and grab it. Reach out and grab it with both arms if you need to. Grab it with both arms and wrestle it down. That's what I was always told to do. But friends, Romans, fellow Toastmasters, I'm here to tell you about a day that I tried to seize, which turned into a day which I would rather forget. It was the spring of 1985. I was a young naval officer on my first overseas deployment, and I was looking for opportunities. The running club there, this is in Rota, Spain, the running club there was putting on a marathon. Now, how exciting is that? I'd always wanted to run a marathon. I had lived in Boston for 4 years going to school, and in Boston in the spring, it's marathon fever. Plus, I was a runner. Of course I was a runner. I was in the Navy, but I was more than that. I enjoyed running. I like to challenge myself to run harder, faster, and farther than I'd run before. Just the year before, I had worked very hard to get my best 5K time, and I had done really well. So I felt like I could do this. So I got myself up to the starting line of the Rota Marathon, and I'm going to ask the starting gun to hold for just a moment while I say a few words about pain. Runners know pain. I wouldn't say they love pain, but runners know all the different kinds of pains, the nuances. Kind of like wine connoisseurs can tell you the difference between a Bordeaux or a Merlot or a Pinot Noir. A runner can distinguish between the different kinds of pain. You start with business as usual pain. It's pain, but it's not that bad. It's tolerable. And you know that if you don't feel that pain, you're not running hard enough. Sometimes the business as usual pain goes over into what am I doing pain. Am I hurting myself? Do I need to rethink this? Do I need to change what I'm doing? That's bad, but when it really gets bad, it goes over into the oh my God, I'm crippling myself. I'm never going to walk again. Pain. Okay, so finally the race is ready to start, and I set out, and all my running training got me through about 10 miles. At about 10 miles then, I started moving over into the what am I doing pain, feeling different parts of my body. This does not feel right. This is not the way it's supposed to be. But I didn't think it was going to be easy. I was ready to reach out and seize that day with both arms. And that got me through. Another 6 miles. Then I started asking myself questions like, what is it going to be like when they amputate my hand? Am I ever going to walk again? And I finally had to raise my hand and wave down the van going by and give up. And I quit. It wasn't that bad. I had x-rays the next day, and it was stress fractures in both my feet. Within a few weeks, I was able to walk without pain. But then, recently, I learned something about that whole seize the day thing. Carpe diem is not best translated as seize the day. It's best translated more as pluck the day. Pluck the day like it was a piece of ripe fruit. The word carpe comes from the Latin word for wrist. So think about it. If you're using more than your hand and your wrist, you're not plucking the day, you're seizing it, and that's not what you're supposed to do. So I had a chance to try this out, try this plucking the day out thing. I found myself in the spring of 2001 at the starting line of another marathon. And I'm going to ask the starting gun to hold off for just a minute now while I ask the question, what was different this time? Why was it going to be? Why was this day going to be a day to pluck instead of seize? The answer was that I was different because I had hair. I had run thousands and thousands of miles. I had built up a pile of running shoes, old worn-out running shoes. I had run different races at different lengths to prepare. I have learned from the wisdom of a lot of other people. And so I was ready, and so this was a day that I hoped I could reach out and pluck. Another thing I had to do, though, I had to make travel arrangements for this race, because I was at the starting line in Greenwich, England, for the 2001 London Marathon. And the gun went off, and I started out, and I passed by the Greenwich Observatory in the Cutty Sark, and I got to those 10 miles, and I was still in business as usual pain. I kept going over the Tower Bridge, past the Tower of London. I kept going and going. I got to that 16 miles, and I was still reaching out and plucking the day with just my hand and my wrist. I kept going. I went past the London Eye. I went past the Houses of Parliament. I finally got to St. James Park, and when I got there, I reached out and plucked this little piece of ripe fruit. So, if you ever find yourself tempted to seize the day, think about maybe how you should pluck the day instead. You can pluck the day, you can wait till it's ripe, you can wait till you're ready, you can reach out and pluck the day, and that will be a day that you will always want to remember.